Okay, what race would y'all not date and why?
Indians, because I heard they
You can't do Indian either?
Hell
Okay,
no.
what about you?
Same thing.
You can't do Indian either? No? G, come here.
G.
What race y'all say?
I said
Indian.
Yeah, I can't do it.
It's killer.
007.
Okay, what race would y'all not date and why?
Oh,
Indian. I can't do no Indian because I just can't see myself with them.
an Indian, but I kind of want a white right now. They just stank. Smell like cheese.
Smell like a nail.
I wouldn't date someone who's mixed Indian and black.
Indians, I'm sorry, I just can't date y'all because your food stink. You guys might stink.
I didn't know you were recording.
And no, bitch, you stink. They're like curry, and that's why her pussy smell like curry.
I'm sorry. I'm not gonna date no Indian because I really hate the smell of curry, and like all these Indians smell like curry, and they're like a lot of them be musty too, and like I just can't do that, and like they just smell so strong.
To Asians, just because I'm just like not really attracted to them.
Yeah, sorry, Asians.
No,
probably.
Asians.
Since I've started this channel, I've never seen a category or group of people struggle like the Indians do in dating. I'm talking about the average Indian here. It's not just Indians in general, but people from around these areas as well. Nepal, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Bhutan, certain areas of Burma, and the Maldives. South Asians in general. I also get asked a lot of questions from people of these regions in my gig. Is it too late for me? Should I just give up on dating? What kind of look maxing should I do? It can get pretty overwhelming sometimes. And the issue is we do shy away from talking about these things because if you decide to talk about it, you will get labeled as racist or whatever. But I decided to give my unbiased opinion on this matter. I'm just letting it be known. I don't have any preference toward any race and I don't hate anyone. We are gonna look at the evidence we have at hand. This video will be split into multiple parts. Part 1, the Indian stereotype and media influence. Second part, ethnicity preference and facial attractiveness. And third, my opinion. If you want to support the channel and get your face evaluated by me with personalized look maxing advice, link will be down in the description. Without further ado, let's get this video started. Just like you guys seen in the introductions video, if you are an Indian, you are already losing points because the Western world already got a negative image on you. Now, what do I mean by that? If you look back at the video I did about K-pop, I talked about how Hollywood transformed the Asian stereotype. From the nerdy loser kid with no game who only resorts to comedy to make others laugh to like him, to this K-pop like dude who is attractive, in touch with his emotions, with the hair, makeup and all the good stuff these young girls seem to go crazy about. What this did is raise the sexual market value of these Korean Asian men in the Western world. But this effect sadly had not taken place for South Asian men just yet. For example, you are an American girl. The first thing that comes to her mind, her first impression, just like the video when you mention an Indian, is that they smell terrible, they have terrible body odor, they are unattractive, nerdy, hairy, unattractive funny accent, they defecate on the streets. All of these stereotypes sadly do exist and are stuck in people's head. And Hollywood does embrace some of these stereotypes as well. Majority of the time, Indians used to be presented on screen as the loser, nerdy, funny guys. Add to this the explosion of the horny Facebook Indian Pakistani guys, which gave us the Bob and Vagana memes back in 2018. That rose to popularity with the War of G-Series and PewDiePie. Those were the good old days, which we can go back. Anyways, without even factoring in your height, income or body, you are already receiving big fat blows from the stereotypes, media representation and meme culture. So next, we will look at how each race, including Indians, perform in online dating, in what races are actually most preferable. The first one comes from Yahoo. Yahoo Personal Dating Preferences Study sought to examine the dating preferences of online daters in 4 major metropolitan areas: New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, and Atlanta. Internet daters' profile of self-identified Asian, Black, Latino, and white men, and women seeking opposite-sex dates were collected and coded from Yahoo Personals, which was the most popular national online dating website in 2004 to 2005. And per usual, as we can see, white men got 58% acceptance rate, Latino men second at 31%, Black by 13%, Asian by 8%, Middle Eastern at 6%, and as you would expect, East Indian come last at an acceptance rate of only 5%. Next we have another data showcase from the dating site OkCupid. Data published by OkCupid shows women overall have the highest probability of replying to white men and the lowest probability of replying to Indian men. Similarly to the plight of Southeast Asian men, Indian women were actually least likely to reply to an Indian man of any race of women, showing all races of women are eager to discriminate against Indian men in dating, including especially women of the same race. And I also have another study which I already covered in my channel last month. It goes to show you how much money an ethnic man would need to date a woman of a certain ethnicity. When we look at how much annual income needed by an Asian, it comes to a staggering $309,500 each year just for them to stand a chance when it comes to dating a white woman. When it comes to dating other races, it's simply not feasible. This is how bad they got it. So these were some graphs and data that shows how Asian, especially Indian men, do perform when it comes to dating white women. Well, what about facial attractiveness then? Is there certain traits that makes them unattractive? Well, I tried to gather a bunch of images of the average Indian or South Asian. And keep in mind, I'm not saying all Indians look like this. I'm just trying to see any common or shared features, so take this with a grain of salt. First thing I noticed in the eye area is that the eye orbits in all are round and large. This could be the catalyst which resulted in the larger eye shapes, which in most cases look unattractive on men but attractive on women. And we also notice either high amounts of upper or lower eyelid exposure, which is unattractive. We also notice that in some cases that lower eyelids are droopy, which results in an unattractive prey eye shape. Many say that Indians' eyes are bugged and not depressed, but that's not that prevalent to the point where it should be considered. Next feature that stands out to me is the ears. They stick out to a point where it's noticeable, and it drives all of the attention towards it, which is unattractive. Another thing again that I notice is the prominence of lower set cheekbones, short faces and very compact mid faces, way above the desired ratio of 1:1, which results in a short face but not in the good way. And finally, this is the controversial one, the majority do not prefer dark brownish color in terms of attractiveness. But we can't express that because we will be labeled as racist. It's gotten so bad that skin lightening creams in India are very popular and prevalent, so you can't really call others racist when your own country strives to change their own skin tones. Now, what's my opinion on this whole thing? I don't think the suffering of South Asians in the white dating market is gonna go anytime soon. In terms of look maxing, this is gonna trigger some people, but your look maxing goal should be to distance yourself as much as you can from the stereotypes. Fix your accents, fashion, mannerism, and face-wise, I will not discuss it in this video until I see how well this one gets received. Sorry guys. But what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comment section. Please keep it respectful. That's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. A like and subscribe will be highly appreciated. And like usual, catch you guys in the next one.